Alright folks, welcome to another exciting episode of Kurt's Corner. And I gotta tell you what happened to me. I work nights. I'm at work last night, I'm on break, and I do what people do, you know. I break out Facebook and Twitter, blah blah blah. And what I saw there was a piece that was posted basically by Orson Welles in 1946. I'll do the math. That's 70 years ago. Okay? And what it basically says is things haven't changed in 70 years. And as much as people in the United States want to believe that everything has gotten so much better, so much better, so much better, everything really stays the same. We're just talking about the police right now. In Orson Welles' voice, and this was recorded, he says that in 1946 there was a black man on a bus. The black guy asked the bus driver to stop and let him off. Some type of argument ensued. The police were called. The police pulled that gentleman off the bus, took him behind a building, and beat him to unconsciousness. While he was unconscious, they handcuffed him, they arrested him, they took him to jail, charged him with drunkenness and assault. Now, when this guy woke up in jail, he was blind. They beat him so badly, he never saw again. And what Orson Welles called this guy, the police officers were criminals in uniform. Being a police officer, and I agree, being a police officer is a very difficult job, very, very hard. But as Orson Welles says, it's the essence of our society that a policeman's job should be hard. He's there to protect the free citizen, not to chase criminals. That's an incidental of their job. Free citizens are more of a nuisance to policemen than the criminal. At this point, he says, the policeman knows what to do with the criminal, and it shows him firing a gun. I'm grateful for laws. I'm grateful for penal codes. I'm grateful for the laws that are supposed to protect us against the police. I don't want anybody to think that and again, I'm paraphrasing Orson Welles. I don't want anybody to think I'm an anarchist. I don't want to overthrow the rule of the law in the country. I want to bring the policemen to law. If Orson Welles can write this in 1946, why do we still have this problem? But really, the bottom line is, too many black people, black young men, are dying at routine traffic stops, or routine questioning, or routine this, or routine that. And there are no penalties for that. And it's not it's not right. I get it. The police officers have a very tough job to do. But it's amazing to me that somebody who's just sitting in their car can get shot in front of their girlfriend and their child when he did nothing wrong. Everything the officer asked him to do. It's amazing to me that someone can get shot running away from the police and nothing happens to those police. It's just amazing to me that all these black men are dying at traffic stops. You know, a guy, supposedly, according to his wife, he's in the car reading a book. The police said he had a gun. My question is, why did the police bother the guy to begin with? Why are all these black people getting stopped? This isn't hearsay. I didn't get it from a right-wing or a left-wing news source. Blacks are 2.5 more times likely than whites to be shot and killed by the police. 2.5 times more likely. 2015, there was actually 50 whites and 50 blacks, an equal number, killed by, let me rephrase that, unarmed blacks, unarmed whites. There was 50 of each that were killed by police in 2015. So, you wonder why people say Black Lives Matter. Here's why Black Lives Matter. Whites, there are 5 times as many whites on this planet, in this country, as there are blacks. 5 times as many whites as there are blacks. We're outnumbered in population, yet 50 unarmed black men died, 50 unarmed white men died, which means police shoot black unarmed people 5 times as much as they shoot unarmed white people. Then we come to what we call terrorism in the United States. And I'm not talking about terrorism, well, I will in a minute, that comes from overseas. I'm talking about homegrown terrorism. So a guy walks into a movie theater in Colorado, shoots up the place, kills a bunch of people. Not only do the police apprehend this guy alive, but they take him to frickin' McDonald's on the way to jail. He didn't die. He went to jail. Somehow, this white guy that shot up a bunch of people miraculously lived. That's one of a few lately. I don't even want to get into how many. It doesn't matter. If people can't see, that's a blatant difference in the way people are treated or the way people are perceived, then there's an issue. But I'm just getting warmed up. A week ago, we had a guy in New York. Yeah, New York. Setting off bombs. Well, let's go to the Boston Marathon. 2 brothers set off bombs. One of them died in a gunfight. The other one was taken alive. These are people that fired guns at police and blew people up. So the younger brother is now going to be in jail for quite a while, blah, 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 blah. Then we go to last week in New York. There's another guy, not black, a terrorist, and he gets taken alive. He's in a gun battle, and he gets taken alive. But I could be sitting in my car and get shot. Dead. There's something wrong, and people are wondering why there's a movement called Black Lives Matters. I don't know. I have friends of every nationality, but I don't have white friends that when they go out and get in their car to go to work or to come home from work are worried about getting pulled over by the police. Other than the fact that they may have had a couple drinks. That's the only reason why they worry about the police. But they don't worry about getting shot. They don't worry about not coming home anymore. That's crazy. And I shouldn't have to worry about making it to work and making it home. And I shouldn't have to worry about my kids making it to work and making it home. The police are sworn to serve and protect. It doesn't say you serve and protect just white people, not black people, or just white people and not Hispanic people, or just Hispanic people and not black people. You're sworn to protect the people, period. And people tell me I'm crazy. Again, I don't believe that all police are bad. I really don't believe all police are bad. And up until about a year ago, I wasn't worried about getting pulled over. I worry about it now. You bet your ass I worry about it now. Police are, they swear to serve and protect. A football player takes a knee during the national anthem in San Francisco, and the San Francisco PD threatens not to provide security for the people at the football game. They call that, I think they call that cutting off your nose to spite your face. Okay? You have a job as a police officer, a job that you're sworn to do. You're not sworn to do it as long as everybody in the world does what you think they should do. You're sworn to protect the people where you work. So if somebody doesn't want to kneel, and you don't want to go to work, you know, a second job off-duty security, then don't go. Nobody really cares. But what the world heard was that if these people kneel, that you guys weren't going to go to work at all. And actually, you sound like a bunch of spoiled brats. Just my opinion. And you know, and that I'm entitled to. And it wasn't just in San Francisco that this happened, where the police said, well, you know, if they don't do this, then we're not going to work. You know, that doesn't go. It's childish, it's immature, it's unprofessional. You know, and if you don't want to serve and protect, then find another job. You know, I don't want to be afraid every time I get in my car. A guy said to me tonight at work, there's a white guy said this to me. He said, now I have a friend who's black, he says. And he says every time he gets in his car, or every morning when he wakes up, he prays to God that he doesn't become a hashtag. Because he switched lanes wrong. Or he's sitting in a parking lot reading a book. Or he's driving in the wrong frickin' neighborhood. You know, this is a sad state of affairs. It's just sad all the way around. We have an idiot running for president, which I don't get. I got to change the subject really quick. For all the Trump supporters out there, all the people that want to vote for Trump, and ask you a question. You have two choices. You need open heart surgery tomorrow. You go into the hospital, and they say, well, you get the vote on your surgeon. On the right, on your right, you have a surgeon with 40 years open heart surgery. Right? And on the left hand, you have a brand new surgeon. Never picked up a scalpel, not once in his life. But he's a great salesman. Is there a way that you would let that great salesman, first day, having never done open heart surgery, operate on you? Could he sell you open heart surgery, having never done one before, when you have somebody who's been doing it for 40 years? Even if the one that was doing it 40 years had screwed up at work and been late a few times, and their spouse was cheating on them, and you feel like you heard, that's what I'll say, you heard that surgeon had lied, you would go with the brand new guy, the brand new salesman. Yeah, he used to sell cars. Now he's a surgeon. He's going to do your open heart surgery. That's what all you Trump supporters are doing. I back the men in blue. My only problem is they're here to serve and protect. I also believe that code of silence is throwing them right down the shitter. I believe that a majority of the cops in the United States of America are honest. I also believe that the good cops in the United States know who the bad cops are. But they're not going to rat, so they're all going to take the shit together. Yeah, it bothers me. I know I've seen tape twice of a black man getting shot with 2 or 3 police officers there. The guy that was outside his van just a few days ago and got shot, the woman had a gun. The cop, the other cop, the male cop had a taser. So why do we keep killing people when we have less than lethal, we can use less than lethal force? Last but not least, I'm going to leave you with this. I have seen, and we all have seen, hostage situations or non-hostage situations. Do you know people kill people in the inner city a lot, okay? And sometimes those people aren't found. Do you know police turn over rocks to find a cop killer? Not only do they turn over rocks to find a cop killer, they become judge, jury, executioner. I thought this was the United States. Can't tell you. I believe it's Dallas, where a bunch of police officers were shot. And rather than stand off with this guy, at the end of it all, they had him cornered in a building. Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong. I almost want to be wrong. Instead of waiting him out, like people do in a hostage situation, or when somebody's holed up somewhere. It wasn't a hostage situation because he was by himself. How do I know he was by himself? Because they blew him the fuck up. They blew him up. They blew this brother up. Now, we don't waterboard. We don't torture. But in the United States, we blow people up. We blow up Americans, y'all. We blow up people. I don't get it. I agree. You point a gun at a police officer, he should shoot you. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You point a gun at a cop, you're going to die. You shoot a bunch of cops, chances are, when they find you, they're going to shoot you. Or they're going to blow you up if you're black. But if you're white in the United States, we'll take you to McDonald's before we take you to jail. All the way down from the dude that shot President Reagan back in the day that just got out of the crazy house, to this guy in Colorado that shot up a bunch of people in a movie theater. There's something wrong. There's something inherently wrong when I'm a grown frickin' man, 55 frickin' years old, and I'm afraid to get in my car and drive, man. There's something wrong in this country. So, I don't know who's gonna police the police. I know that, I know their job is hard. But, they've had at least 70 years to get this shit right. And it's not happening. So for those of you that don't like Black Lives Matter, who, by the way, this week were protesting after a white guy was shot. So I hope you're all as fed up as I am. What we need to do is start writing congressmen. Write your representative and ask them what they're doing. Ask them what they're doing to get a handle on this shit. Because it's not right. It's not right. So, with that being said, I'll get out of your hair. That's it for this edition of Kurt's Corner. I'll be back tomorrow. I already have a good show planned. You guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. Do not forget to share this video and subscribe. Thanks once again. Have a great day.